The question before the court isn't about the results of the referendum, but rather the process used by Democrats to get that referendum on the ballot. Virginia's redistricting referendum is in the hands of the Supreme Court of Virginia. The court heard an appeal Monday after a Tazewell County judge ruled Democrats didn't follow the proper procedures to get the proposed constitutional amendment on the ballot. That court finding that the General Assembly didn't pass the amendment twice, with an election of the House of Delegates in between, as required by the state constitution, because when lawmakers passed the amendment the first time in October of last year, early voting and therefore the 2025 election had already begun. Lawyers for some Republican members of the General Assembly and others who filed the initial challenge telling the High Court that the Tazewell judge got that right.
Webster's, Oxford, Black's Law, they all define election to mean the entire process by which votes are cast.
However, lawyers representing Democratic leadership in the General Assembly and the state argued that the judge in Tazewell got that part wrong, saying the intervening election took place on Election Day, November 4th, regardless of when early voting began and after the amendment was passed in October.
So your position requires us to interpret election in such a manner that literally every single vote that is cast for whatever the office is cast before the election even begins.
Yes, Your Honor, and that's consistent both with the way the federal government has consistently interpreted this, the federal courts, and sister states.
Lawyers in the court also discussed other aspects of the case, including the legality and scope of the special session in which Democrats first passed the amendment and if certain public notices were necessary. And now it's unclear when the court will rule on this particular case. Now, it's also important to note that the same Tazewell judge who ruled originally in this case also ruled in a different case that the State Board of Elections can't certify the results of Tuesday's referendum. Attorney General Jay Jones has promised to appeal. In Richmond, I'm Tyler Englander.